If you love Arsenal as much as we do, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's dive straight into today's massive Arsenal news. Come on, you Gunners. Today's breaking news is one that has Arsenal supporters talking all across social media, especially those who closely follow the club's academy. According to reports from transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal have reached an agreement to sign highly rated 16-year-old Welsh talent Axel Donczew from Cardiff City. Romano's famous words, "Here we go," indicate that the deal is considered complete pending the formal signing, with the youngster already having completed his medical and expected to officially join Arsenal this week. While this isn't the blockbuster signing of a world-famous superstar, Arsenal fans know that some of the club's greatest success stories have started exactly like this. Years ago, very few people knew the names of Bukayo Saka, Nwaneri or Myles Lewis-Skelly outside academy football. Today, they are among the brightest talents in English football. Every successful academy player begins somewhere, and Arsenal clearly believe Axel Donczew has the potential to become another exciting addition to their long-term project. So who exactly is Axel Donczew? The 16-year-old defender has been regarded as one of Cardiff City's brightest academy prospects. His rise through the youth ranks has been incredibly impressive, and he made headlines in October 2025 when he became Cardiff City's youngest ever player in the EFL trophy. That achievement alone showed how highly the Welsh club rated him despite his young age. Breaking into senior football at just 16 years old is never easy. Managers only give opportunities to teenagers when they believe those players possess exceptional maturity, intelligence and technical ability. Cardiff's coaching staff clearly saw something special in Donczew, and now Arsenal's recruitment department has moved quickly to bring him to North London before other major clubs could enter the race. One thing Arsenal supporters have learned over the past few years is to trust the club's recruitment strategy when it comes to young players. Sporting director Andrea Berta and Arsenal's academy staff are constantly searching for the best teenage talents across Britain and Europe. Instead of waiting until these youngsters become expensive first-team stars, Arsenal prefer to identify elite potential early and develop those players within their own system. That philosophy has already produced fantastic results. Bukayo Saka became one of Europe's best wingers. Nwaneri made Premier League history before becoming a regular first-team option. Myles Lewis-Skelly has established himself as one of the club's most exciting young defenders. Max Daumann continues to attract enormous attention across youth football. Now, Arsenal believe Axel Donczew could be another important piece of that exciting future. Social media exploded almost immediately after Fabrizio Romano shared the news. Arsenal supporters flooded X, Instagram, Reddit and YouTube with excitement. Many fans admitted they hadn't heard much about Donczew before today, but they also pointed out Arsenal's excellent recent record of identifying young talent. Some supporters even compared this transfer strategy to what clubs like Manchester City, Chelsea and Barcelona have been doing for years, building elite academies filled with the best teenage players available. Others believe this signing sends another clear message. Arsenal are not only trying to win trophies today, they're also building a squad capable of competing for the next decade. Mikel Arteta has repeatedly spoken about creating a sustainable football project where experienced stars work alongside fearless young talents. Every season, Arsenal seem to introduce another academy graduate into first-team training, and that pathway is becoming increasingly attractive for young players across the United Kingdom. If you're a talented teenager choosing your next club, Arsenal now offers something many clubs cannot, a genuine opportunity. Young players can clearly see that hard work is rewarded at the Emirates Stadium. If you're good enough, Arteta has shown he isn't afraid to give teenagers opportunities against some of Europe's biggest clubs. And who knows? 5 years from now, Arsenal fans could look back at this week and say, this was the day Arsenal signed another future star. Stay tuned because there is much more to discuss, including Donczew's playing style, why Arsenal moved so quickly, how he compares with other academy defenders, and what this signing could mean for Mikel Arteta's long-term plans at the Emirates. One of the biggest questions Arsenal fans are asking right now is simple: What kind of player is Axel Donczew? Although he is still only 16 years old and naturally has plenty of development ahead of him, those who have followed his progress at Cardiff City describe him as a modern defender with outstanding composure on the ball. In today's game, defenders are expected to do much more than simply win tackles. They must build attacks, remain calm under pressure, and possess the confidence to play out from the back. These are exactly the qualities Arsenal look for. Under Mikel Arteta, every player in the defensive line has a responsibility in possession. Whether it's William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Jurriën Timber, Ricardo Calafiori or Ben White, every defender is expected to be comfortable receiving the ball, making intelligent decisions and helping Arsenal control matches. That philosophy starts in the academy. By bringing in talented teenagers at such a young age, Arsenal can teach them the club's playing style from the very beginning. Instead of asking players to adapt later in their careers, the coaching staff shapes them into footballers who naturally fit Arteta's tactical system. This is one of the biggest reasons Arsenal's academy has become one of the most respected in England. Young players are not simply taught how to defend, they learn how to dominate games. Reports suggest that Donczew possesses excellent reading of the game, strong defensive awareness, and the confidence to play progressive passes. For someone who's only 16 years old, these are incredibly valuable attributes. Of course, no teenager is the finished product. He will need time, he will need patience, and most importantly, he will need the right environment to continue improving. Fortunately for him, Arsenal may be one of the best clubs in Europe for exactly that. Look at what the coaching staff has achieved with young players over the past few seasons. Bukayo Saka transformed into one of the Premier League's most consistent attacking stars. Nwaneri developed from an exciting prospect into a genuine first-team option. Myles Lewis-Skelly has earned praise for his maturity beyond his years. Those success stories are not accidents. They are the result of years of careful planning, elite coaching, and a culture that encourages young players to believe they can reach the highest level. This is why Arsenal supporters are becoming increasingly excited every time the club signs another promising teenager. It is no longer just about potential, it is about trust. Fans trust Arsenal's recruitment team because they have consistently identified outstanding talent before the rest of Europe fully recognised it. Another fascinating aspect of this move is the competition Donczew will face once he arrives in North London. Arsenal's academy is filled with elite young players, meaning every training session becomes an opportunity to improve. Competing against some of the country's best young footballers will only accelerate his development. Iron sharpens iron. That competitive environment has become one of Arsenal's greatest strengths. Nobody is guaranteed success. Every player must earn it. That mentality prepares academy graduates for the intensity of Premier League football. It's also worth remembering that Arsenal have invested heavily in their training facilities and youth development over recent years. The club wants Hale End to remain one of Europe's leading football academies. Every new signing is part of that long-term vision. For Donczew personally, joining Arsenal represents a massive opportunity. He will be leaving Cardiff City, where he already made history as the club's youngest ever EFL trophy player, to join one of the biggest football clubs in the world. That transition will not be easy. The expectations will be higher, the competition will be stronger, the pressure will increase, but great young players embrace challenges rather than avoid them. If Arsenal's coaches believe he has the mentality to succeed, then supporters have every reason to be optimistic. Meanwhile, social media continues to buzz with reactions. Some fans are calling this another future investment. Others believe Arsenal are quietly assembling one of the strongest youth systems in European football. Many supporters have even pointed out that the club's strategy has shifted dramatically over the past 5 years. Instead of relying solely on expensive transfers, Arsenal are combining elite first-team signings with the recruitment of exceptional young prospects That balanced approach gives the club both immediate quality and long-term stability. It is one of the reasons Arsenal remain competitive on multiple fronts while continuing to build for the future. And with Axel Donczew now reportedly on the verge of officially becoming an Arsenal player, fans will be watching closely to see how quickly he settles into life at the Emirates. Because sometimes football history begins with a transfer that hardly anyone notices until years later, when that young prospect becomes a household name. The arrival of Axel Donczew also highlights something much bigger than a single transfer. It reflects Arsenal's long-term football philosophy. Over the past few years, Mikel Arteta and the club's recruitment team have worked tirelessly to create a squad that can compete not only this season, but for many years to come. Rather than rebuilding every few seasons, Arsenal want a sustainable model where experienced leaders guide the next generation of stars. That strategy is already producing results. The current first-team squad is filled with players who arrived at a young age and developed into elite performers. Others have come directly through Hale End, proving that Arsenal's pathway from academy football to the Premier League is one of the strongest in England. For a young player like Axel Donczew, that pathway is incredibly attractive. He knows that if he works hard, improves every day and impresses the coaching staff, opportunities can come much sooner than people expect. Arteta has never been afraid to trust young players. Age has never been the deciding factor. Quality, attitude and consistency are what matter most. That mentality is exactly why Arsenal continue to attract some of Britain's brightest young talents. Another interesting point is the competition Arsenal faced in securing Donczew's signature. Whenever a teenager is regarded as one of the best prospects in his age group, scouts from several top clubs are usually monitoring his development. Arsenal's recruitment department has built a reputation for acting quickly when they identify a player who fits the club's philosophy. Rather than waiting until a player's value skyrockets, Arsenal move early. This approach has saved the club millions of pounds over recent years and has helped build one of Europe's most exciting collections of young talent. Let's also appreciate the role played by Arsenal's scouting department. Supporters often focus on the manager and first-team signings, but behind the scenes there are dozens of scouts and analysts watching youth matches every single week across England and Europe. Their job is incredibly demanding. They evaluate technical ability, they study mentality, they assess physical development, they analyse decision-making under pressure, and perhaps most importantly, they determine whether a player has the personality required to succeed at an Arsenal Football Club. Clearly, those responsible for youth recruitment believe Axel Donczew ticks many of those boxes. His move is another reminder that Arsenal's future is being built every single day, not only in the transfer market for established stars, but also in youth football. Of course, expectations should remain realistic. Supporters should avoid placing unnecessary pressure on a 16-year-old player. Not every academy signing becomes a first-team regular. Some continue developing elsewhere, others need loan spells before returning stronger. Some require several years before making their breakthrough. Development is never a straight line. The important thing is giving talented youngsters the best possible environment to grow. Arsenal believe they can provide exactly that. The club's world-class training facilities, experienced coaching staff, sports science department, nutrition experts and player development programs all contribute to helping young footballers maximise their potential. That complete support system is one of the reasons Arsenal remain one of Europe's most respected destinations for emerging talent. For Cardiff City supporters, this transfer will naturally bring mixed emotions. On one hand, losing one of the academy's brightest prospects is disappointing. On the other hand, seeing one of their own earn a move to one of England's biggest clubs is also a source of pride. Cardiff have played an important role in Donczew's development, giving him opportunities and helping him reach this stage of his career. Now a new chapter begins. For Arsenal fans, this is another exciting reason to keep a close eye on academy football during the coming months. While attention will understandably remain on the first team, don't be surprised if Axel Donczew's name starts appearing more frequently in Arsenal's youth teams as he settles into life in North London, Every training session, every youth match, every development milestone, these are the small steps that could eventually lead to something much bigger. Football history is full of players who started with quiet academy transfers before becoming stars on the biggest stage. Nobody can guarantee what the future holds for Axel Donczew. But Arsenal's willingness to invest in him at just 16 years old speaks volumes about how highly they rate his potential. And if recent history has taught Arsenal supporters anything, it's this. When the club moves decisively for elite young talent, it's always worth paying attention. So, Gunners, what do you think about this exciting move? Do you believe Axel Donczew could become Arsenal's next academy success story? Could he follow in the footsteps of Bukayo Saka, Nwaneri and Myles Lewis-Skelly? Or do you think Arsenal should continue focusing more heavily on experienced first-team signings alongside these promising youngsters? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every opinion. If you enjoyed today's breaking news update, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to Arsenal Daily Talk and turn on notifications so you never miss another Arsenal transfer update, exclusive report or breaking story. Thank you for watching, and as always, come on you Gunners. One of the most exciting things about this transfer is that Arsenal are not simply reacting to the present. They are preparing for the future. The Premier League becomes more competitive every season, and the biggest clubs know that success isn't built in one transfer window. It is built over years of smart planning, excellent scouting, and patient player development. Axel Donczew is the latest example of that philosophy. While many fans naturally focus on big money signings, clubs that consistently compete for major trophies also invest heavily in youth. Arsenal understand that today's academy prospect could become tomorrow's first-team star. Imagine Donczew continuing his development over the next few years, training every day with elite coaches, learning from experienced defenders and playing alongside some of the country's best young talents could help unlock his full potential. Of course, nobody can predict exactly how his career will unfold. Football is full of surprises. Some youngsters develop faster than expected, while others need more time. Injuries, confidence, opportunities and hard work all play important roles in shaping a player's future. But Arsenal clearly believe Donczew has the talent and mentality to succeed. That alone should excite supporters. This signing also sends a message to young players across Britain and Europe. If you're talented, ambitious and willing to work hard, Arsenal is a club where young footballers can genuinely build a career. The success stories of Bukayo Saka, Nwaneri and Myles Lewis-Skelly prove that opportunities are available for those who earn them. That reputation makes Arsenal an increasingly attractive destination for the next generation of elite talent. As fans, this is another reminder that the club's future looks incredibly bright. A strong first team, one of England's best academies, a clear football identity under Mikel Arteta, and a recruitment strategy focused on both immediate success and long-term sustainability. Those are the foundations of a club aiming to compete at the very highest level for many years to come. Now it's over to you, Gunners. What do you think about Arsenal agreeing a deal for Axel Donczew? Do you believe this could be another masterstroke from Arsenal's recruitment team? Can Donczew become the next academy graduate to make a name for himself at the Emirates? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's breaking news, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to Arsenal Daily Talk and turn on notifications so you never miss another Arsenal transfer update. Until next time, come on you Gunners.